Well, like they always say, you can't win them all. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports here. Phillies post-game show, and said it from the intro. Can't win them all. Phillies lose to the Nationals today, 6-4. Players of the game instantly. First thing that came to mind, and it's also the NBC Sports one too. Had this written down at the same time. It was funny. Nationals bullpen. This was a tale of two bullpens. They went 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, and a strikeout. Very, very well. They had Farrer come in, Barnes did well, and then Finnegan finally closed out a game against the Phillies. He has historically struggled against them, blew the save the other night, or I think he came in, he didn't blow the save, but he gave up the walk-off to the Phillies. So, yeah, Nationals bullpen was awesome. And one of the keys earlier was I said the bullpen had to be ready because Taiwan Walker was probably going to go 4 to 5 innings, and bullpen today did not do too well. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts. They had 4 relievers come in. The only one to not give up a run was Jose Alvarado. Tanner Banks gave up a run. Alvarado, no runs. Strom gave up a run, and then Jeff Hoffman gave up a nuke to James Wood, who is the other player of the game I had for the Nationals. He was 1 for 3 with the home run, an RBI, and 2 runs. So a poor game for the Phillies defensively. Taiwan Walker did not look too well either. He was the first key. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Not the best showing from him again. He's playing the Nationals. Nationals struggled the last couple nights. Taiwan Walker maybe came out firing off of the backs of a Sanchez complete game, and Wheeler and Nola great games, but did not do that. He kind of struggled a little bit. He had 2 strikeouts in the first inning, pitched a good first inning, but yeah, Nationals got on him in the fourth and fifth inning. So yeah, Taiwan Walker, not the greatest game. Yeah, Adam, at least they took the series. They didn't have Bryce Harper. They didn't have Johan Rojas. They didn't have JT Realmuto. And Weston Wilson, who has been playing excellent the past few days, was also on the bench. So it wasn't really a bad offensive game for the Phillies. Castellanos had the single. Stott and Marsh, they looked pretty good today, especially Stott. Stott always looks great in the field, but they went back to back today in the bottom of the sixth inning. Definitely that tied the game up. So Phillies had momentum, but unfortunately, that was the last run that they would score this game. Nationals should have beaten the Phillies. No, this was the only. I mean, game two was pretty close with the Trey Turner walk off, but besides that, they were blowouts. But yeah, 2 blowouts, 2 close games. But yeah, Angels are down 1-0. They got obliterated last night. Chris Sale is the Cy Young favorite still in the National League. 10 strikeouts. He's 35 years old. He's pitching like he's 25. I checked on not too long ago, like about a half hour ago. I was like, I wonder what the odds for Chris Sale are right now. He's minus 310, I believe. And then Zach Wheeler's plus 380 in second place, and nobody's really close. Paul Skeens is in third. He's over 1,000. So Chris Sale in first place for the Cy Young race. Zach Wheeler not too far behind, but Brandon Marsh, Bryson Stott, looking good this series. So hopefully they can continue this momentum into the next series. Yeah, it was a great weekend. They had the great Carlos Ruiz throwing out the first pitch the other night. Brad Lidge catching for him. The induction ceremony for David Montgomery, introducing Monty's angle. And then today they had the alumni ceremony. They had Jimmy Rollins in the booth. They had Jamie Moyer in the booth. They had all weekend. Just a great honor. It was also Players Week too. Players Weekend. I wish they let the players write their nicknames on the back. So, Harper could be MV3, Alec Bohm could be Raffy, Marsh could be Brother Marsh. Like, have their nicknames as long as it's league approved, of course, because that's what they did with the bats. Shout out to Bryson Stott. His bat was cool. It was for, I believe, his friend who died of cancer, childhood cancer. So shout out to Bryson Stott. That's an awesome bat to use. But yeah, I think they need to do Players Weekend more. I don't know. Let the players have more fun. The bats is a good sign. Let them wear their custom names on the back of their jerseys. I think that would be an awesome thing to do. And congratulations to David Montgomery, one of the best executives of all time. Certainly the best Phillies executive of all time at one point. Was thought to be the league's next commissioner, but didn't end up happening. It ended up being Rob Manfred, who credits David Montgomery to himself. He said, I would never have been commissioner if it wasn't for David Montgomery. So great on the Phillies for honoring Montgomery. He's the reason Citizens Bank Park is the way it is. Every ballpark has its own uniqueness, and with the angle in left center field, Montgomery left his mark there, and now he's forever etched there, and he's forever etched into the Phillies Wall of Fame. So, yeah, it was a great week. Yeah, just Kyle Schwarber. Thought he was going to hit a leadoff Schwarber, but it's okay, though, because Kyle Schwarber, although he did not come through, we still had other things that were cooking on the triple play. Almost hit one today, so let's see how we did. Use your code HEAT. You get 50% off your best bets at Win Daily. We almost hit it again today. We were a Schwarber RBI. We were Schwarber home run away from hitting. What should we call it? Should we call it the cycle? Should we call it a grand slam? What should we call it? Let me know what you guys think. I have some idea. I said that on Twitter, a Heat homer. I don't know how I feel about that. So let me know any ideas you guys have for when, not if, when we hit all 4 or 5 maybe. Bryson Stott hit the home run, so he got the 2+ total bases. Schwarber did not get the RBI. But Taijuan Walker only finished with 3 strikeouts. I was kind of nervous because he got 2 in the first inning. That was his first 2 outs were strikeouts. So I was like, oh, no. And there's one down the drain. But did not get – he only got 1 more. So we hit 2 with 3. Kyle Schwarber did not hit the home run. Thought that was going to happen. If we had said a Bryson Stott home run or a Brandon Marsh or a Trey Turner home run, we would have hit it. But unfortunately, that did not happen. But we still went – we hit 2. You'd be doubling your money. So, again, use code HEAT. You get 50% off your best bets at Win Daily. Oh, man, good odds, too. All plus money. No favorites today. The 2+ was, 105 and 100 both. 2 were 100, but the one that was 100 hit. So, did a pretty good job with that. Got Larry checking in. How do you not use Harper as tying around? Yeah, I thought he would pinch hit for Cal Stevenson. And then maybe you can throw Johan Rojas at first, maybe just to give Harper the day off. But, yeah, I don't know why Cal Stevenson was batting in the 9th. It's a close game. You get on base, and then you can – I agree with the Stubbs because give JT 2 days off. It's fine, lefty-righty matchup. But I definitely do agree that Bryce Harper should have been pinch hitting for Cal Stevenson. Fine with Edmundo Sosa, but – fine with Garrett Stubbs too, and I do think that, Bryce Harper should have been pinch hitting for Cal Stevenson, who was, it's raining now. Good thing the Phillies game got done. I live like 30 minutes away, so probably would have been rained out. Postgame would have been happening a lot sooner. But, yeah, I'm glad he added the home run bets to it. It is pretty awesome. He does most of the bets. I do here and there. Lately, I've been doing them, but he's the one who inspired me to do home run bets because I think he said do a home run bet one night, and then I asked my brother, and he said do Harper. So we've been hitting a couple of the home runs. Would have hit the Weston Wilson. I will say this. The other night when Weston Wilson hit for the cycle, I was on the pregame, and I said the home run odds were not that good. I was going to do a Weston Wilson one, but his odds were like low 300. So it's like if Weston Wilson and the Phillies hit a lot of home runs tonight, Vegas knows something. I don't. Wilson hit a home run. I forget who. A couple other guys hit home runs that game too. So I like to keep receipts. Very humble about opinions, but that was kind of crazy. I was like, oh wow, that actually did happen. Speaking of the daycare, Brandon Marsh, Bryson Stott looking good. Alec Boehm, he extends it again. Every time I've been on here, we've been talking about this. 35 game on base streak. Day off tomorrow, so back at it again against the Braves on Tuesday. So that's going to be – see if Alec Boehm can keep that up there. Our last key, we were talking about the fill-ins, Cal Stevenson, Garrett Stubbs. Cal Stevenson, the only one in the lineup that did not get a hit today. Like Larry said in the comments, I was surprised that Bryce Harper was not brought in for this. I guess Rob just wanted to give him 2 days off. No, nothing at all. I thought in a close game like this, it should have been, but it's against the Nationals. If it was like a game against the Braves and you're going for the sweep, I think you definitely would have done it, but I still think you should do it. You want to win as many games as possible, especially with the Braves most likely winning today. They were up 1-0. I think it's still 1-0. Let's see. 2-0 now on the top of the fourth. So Braves are likely going to gain a game on the Phillies. Not the Mets, though. The Mets will not be gaining a game. They lost 3-2 to the Marlins at home. So Mets kind of falling off. Braves hot and cold. So Phillies got a big series coming up. Mike Schmidt had 56. Yeah, he had it from, I believe it was the 81 to 82 or 80 to 81. But reminder that Mike Schmidt is the greatest Philly of all time, and it's not even really a debate at all. He's got a lot of the records. He's got a statue. If you have a statue outside of the stadium, just know that one of the greatest of all time. But look at the stats. Look at the tape. Mike Schmidt is, I think, the unanimous best Philly of all time. If you don't think that he's the best Philly of all time, let me know, who do you think it is? Do you think it's Jimmy Rollins? Do you think it's Ryan Howard? Do you think it's someone like Steve Carlton? Older guys like Richie Ashburn? Let me know, who is the greatest Philly of all time. My money's on Mike Schmidt. Trey Turner had a pretty awesome series. Today he went 2 for 4, hit the home run, RBI, 2 runs. And he's also the player of the series. I'm going to start doing this now at the end of at the post game of the last game of the series. I'm going to do the players of the series. Trey Turner, 10 for 17, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 6 runs. Had the day off against the Marlins, but since coming back from there, he had a great, tremendous, stupendous, whatever other great words there are, but he had a phenomenal series. Looking like the Trey Turner of old, finally coming back. Tyler, I'm good holding down the front. I appreciate it. It's a solo project right now. Tony hops on whenever he can. He's busy doing building up this channel, and he's on Sirius XM tonight doing fantasy football. I'm not sure what time. It's 7 or 8 o'clock, usually sometimes 6. So channel 80, 83, whatever the fantasy football channel is, definitely check them out. But yeah, put a lot of work into this. It's just so much fun to do. Helps me get better. The more I do this, the more I get better at it. I feel more I can start figuring out, can do things that work, find out what works, what doesn't work. So appreciate you watching. I appreciate everyone commenting. I appreciate tuning in. It's a opportunity that not a lot of people get. So I got to make the best of it and do the best I can. So I like to highlight people from the other team too. Keibert Ruiz, 4 for 13, hit 3 home runs this series, 2 the other night, 1 today, 4 RBIs, 3 runs. And I didn't get to put the banner down in time, but Christopher Sanchez had the complete game shutout. Not shutout. He had the complete game yesterday. Almost had a shutout. Just gave up 2 hits. 1 was the home run to Keibert. Was it Keibert Ruiz? I don't think so. I think he hit the home run the other day. Let me see. I don't think it was Keibert. I think it was, Call. Alex Call hit the home run. I thought Alex Call had a better series than he did, but he didn't have as good of a series as I thought. Still a really good series for her. Channel 80. Yeah, that's what. Yep. So Sirius XM channel 80. There we go. Channel 87, 7 to 9. Tony is live on Win Daily. What do you mean by that, Mom? Call. I don't know what that means. Do you mean Cal Stevenson? Do you mean call the bullpen? I don't know. You gotta be specific. I'm not sure what that means. But what else do we got here? We went over that. So Phillies have the day off tomorrow. So unfortunately, you will not be seeing me here tomorrow, but you will be seeing me live at 5 p.m. Maybe I'm gonna try to get it to early before Tony, because Tony is live Pike's Pub at 6 p.m. I might be there, so I don't know if there's going to be a pregame, but there's definitely going to be a postgame. So pregame potentially live Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pike's Pub is live at Alex Call hit the home run last night. Good. Yeah, that is very true, Mother. Thank you. Not announced who's pitching for the Braves. Zach Wheeler is on the mound for the Phillies for game 1. It is technically 5 days rest, but running a 4-man rotation right now. Not announced who's pitching for the Braves, but I did my looking back on it. It's probably going to be Grant Holmes. He just had a really good game against the Giants. He went 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. So definitely not someone to take lightly. Looked like he had an A's cap, so I don't know if he was part of either the Sean Murphy or the Matt Olson deal, but definitely going to be interesting to see if the Braves win today and who they will put on the mound. Adam. Yeah, Pike's Pub, definitely. It's awesome, awesome time. Hopefully I'm going to make it out there. If not this week, definitely next week. Definitely going to be there soon. I watch it live. I can see how happy people are to be there. Guests are great. The conversations are great. So yeah, can't wait. Hopefully I get to see you there this Tuesday. But this side, there we go. Still getting used to which side's which. So right is left on here, and then left is right. At least with the screen on here. Yeah, it's getting weekend. So yeah, Players Weekend, Alumni Weekend's over. Great weekend. Phillies take 3 of 4 from the Washington Nationals. They don't play them until the final games of the season. I think it's like September carrying into October, or like very end of September, but it's early October, late September. They're playing 3 games in Washington. Haven't been to DC yet. Hopefully, I haven't been to the Nationals Park, but hopefully I can go to that one. That'd be a bucket list. That's a goal of mine. I want to go to all of the baseball stadiums. Almost went to DC, but didn't go yet. I've been to Philly, both New Yorks, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay. I believe that's all. So I got 5. By far the worst is Tampa. Tampa's the the worst of all. It's so small, it's so cramped, but the fans that they have there are at least passionate, especially for Randy Rosarena. That's what I was sad that he kind of got traded from there, because I saw how passionate and how glad the fans were to have him there. Have cowbell. That's the only thing I don't like. We sat in right field. I think I went there twice for Rays games. Played the Red Sox both games, and the cowbell was pretty annoying, but the fans were pretty nice. Was gonna go there when the Phillies played, because I went to college in Florida last year, so I was gonna go to see the Phillies, but unfortunately my car broke down on the highway on the way there. Yeah, so it wasn't too fun. And then, of course, as Nick Castellanos always does in tragedy, he hits 2 home runs that night, and I was not too happy on my couch. A couple $100 down, and did make some money. I did put a Castellanos home run. I was like, you know what? This is a tragedy for me. Let me put money on Castellanos home run, and he did that. So at least I won a couple bucks. Yeah, I am on social media. On Twitter, I'm Tyler Mroz 5. Facebook, I think it's just Tyler Mroz. Instagram, Mroz.Tyler. So very active on Twitter. So I've been doing mostly Philly stuff. I'm trying to get more into other stuff as well, just to tweet out there. I don't want to just be Phillies. Like, I love all these sports, so I want to do all of the other things too. I have a fantasy football draft tomorrow. I'm usually really good in this league, but I was terrible last year. Took Austin Eckler 4th overall. Oh, that was brutal. He kind of screwed me. Was down a running back. Travis Etienne was my running back 1 for most of the year, but my quarterback situation was not the greatest. Who did I have? I had Brock Purdy at the end. Kyler Murray was hurt. I don't even know who my quarterbacks were in the beginning of the year, but I did not do that well. So having a draft strategy for tomorrow, I know who I want. In case I can't say it in case there's someone from the league, but unless my running backs are McCaffrey or Brees Hall, I'm most likely taking a receiver in the first round. There's one I really want. He is potentially named after a sun god, so that's what I'll leave. I'll leave that strategy there, but yeah, I kind of want to branch out, talking on social media about others. Speaking of fantasy football, Gardner Minshew was named the Raiders starting quarterback. So I replied saying that Devontae Adams' stock just went up. And I think he did, because you see what Michael Pittman did last year with Minshew. Really relied on the quarterback one. But I know they're a run-heavy offense, so maybe Zamir White is someone. But I feel like Zamir White's he's like a high risk, high reward, because I know he's in a run first offense. Gardner Minshew's the quarterback, but Zamir White's like a career journeyman. So he's like one of those guys in fantasy football where he's the journeyman that's finally the starter in a run heavy offense. But I forget, I don't know off the top of my head like who, but I just know in the past I've been screwed so many times with picking that kind of person and they don't pan out. So yeah, definitely someone to keep an eye on. I do think Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers' stock just went up. Hunter Renfro's not on that team anymore. I'm surprised he's still a free agent. He was one of the best slot receivers in the entire league a couple years ago. So very surprised that he's still a free agent. Maybe the Eagles sign him. If heard they were potentially looking for wide receiver help. But they have Paris Campbell, they have Johnny Wilson. So I don't know who's going to be wide receiver 3. Not Quez Watkins. He's on the Pittsburgh Steelers now. Muffed a punt in their first preseason game, fumbled it, and lost it. So was not the biggest Quez Watkins fans last year. He had his moments, though. He had his moments. Had that one really long play against the Niners. Oh, remember the one where it was in our own 10 and then got to the red zone and did not even score any points. I think Jake Elliott missed the field goal, or they went for it on 4th down and missed it. But yeah, so it's definitely some interesting fantasy football guys this season. Let me know, who should I draft in the first round? Is Saquon Barkley a first round guy? Because I'm not so sure. I think he's like an early second. I would take him in. I just don't know with the push and his injury history, but he is playing against the Eagles offensive line. So is Saquon Barkley a first round pick in fantasy football? I feel like he is with pretty much a lot of the people I'm seeing, but let me know who is Saquon Barkley a first round pick? Is he a first round running back? Is he a top 3 running back? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think he's top 5 maybe, but I don't know. But yeah, Phillies postgame show. Nationals beat the Phillies 6-4. Phillies take 3 out of 4. They have off tomorrow on Monday, and they start a 3-game series against the Braves. Big divisional matchup, especially if they win today. Then they go to Kansas City for 3 games. Ranger Suarez will hopefully be back by then for the Phillies, and so will maybe Austin Hayes. Adam says he's got Barkley in the second round. I agree. If I had like the second or third pick, I would take a receiver because probably McCaffrey's going number 1, and then Tyreek Seedy 1, 2, or 3. So if I have the second or third pick, I would take one of those receivers. And then if back around the second round, Saquon was still there, he's probably not going to be. Just knowing how people draft, he's not going to be there. One time we had someone take Patrick Mahomes in the first round. So very unpredictable, very, very, very unpredictable. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep everybody updated. Oh, wait. Yeah. So Tuesday post game, I'll let you guys know how I did. Let's see if I'm happy with my team. I was happy with my team last year, and I finished 10th or 11th out of 12th. So we shall see. Yeah, Nationals beat Silly. It's not the Sillies. Their bullpen was playing like the Sillies today, but Nationals win 6-4. Their bullpen, great game. Phillies bullpen, not so great. 3 of the 4 guys giving up runs. Zach Wheeler versus to be announced. Probably going to be Grant Holmes. We'll see, though. Yeah, pregame live, hopefully Tuesday at 5 p.m. Might do it a little earlier because I don't want to I don't go that long, but I don't want to clash with Tony if he has to get in here and edit anything. But so yeah, 4 to 5 p.m. if I do a pregame, and then Pikes Pub live at 6 p.m. Hopefully I can make it. Hopefully I see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Very excited. Very, very excited. That's all I can say. Football is coming up. Playoff baseball is eventually coming. Hockey's coming back. Love me the Flyers. Matvei Michkov. Is he going to help the Flyers make the playoffs this year? I hope so. And Joel Embiid, Paul George. Is Paul George the answer? I mean, Allen Iverson's the answer. But is Paul George the new answer for the Sixers? Maybe that can be his nickname. He's not PG-13 anymore. Is he the new answer? Or is he going to carry them past the second round? I don't know. It's Paul George. It's the Sixers. You never know with these kinds of things. Got to wait until April for that. So, yeah, no pregame tomorrow. Phillies have the day off, so sadly, I get the day off too, but I will be working, seeing who I'm going to draft in fantasy football. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone commenting. Hopefully see you guys Tuesday. Wish me luck for my fantasy draft. Hopefully I can finally win this league. I really want to win it. It's my friend's league. I've been really good for years, but I've only been to the championship once. Made the playoffs like every year except for last year. So like maybe I'm like the Sixers, except they didn't make the championship. But enjoy your day tomorrow. No stress because there's no Phillies. So yeah, 5-10. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, stay fresh. Have a good night, everyone.